I do believe that employees are more comfortable with that idea prior to the pandemic. There's some research out there, lots of it, that suggests that a number of our workforce would be comfortable with some form of remote work, and definitely with flexible work schedules, and even a large portion of those individuals willing to take a pay cut in order to have that option. So what we know is that prior to the pandemic, workers, a majority of them were comfortable with the idea, because that provides them a little bit better work-life balance. There's a huge draw to that. And we also know remote workers are generally more productive at home than they are compared to their office counterparts, usually 35 or 40% more productive. And that just has to do with fewer distractions, more focused time. It allows the employee to create their own constructs of a relevant work environment. And what I mean by that is, when you have an office space, you have certain norms and constructs of what creates a good work environment, and those do not necessarily fit the home work environment. So once we convert that and kind of let go of our expectations of what those constructs are supposed to be, we actually end up with a lot more productivity from the remote worker. So I do think that they, on some level, come to expect it. I know that a lot of, I believe over 50% of the workforce went remote because of the pandemic. So a portion of those are ready to come back to work. Some folks want to come back to the office. At least two-thirds of them would prefer some form of remote work, whether that's a hybrid. And by hybrid, I mean, partial remote work or full remote work. So some of the research that's been done kind of on a broader level tells us that employees are more comfortable with the idea of working remote, and there are some big benefits for the employee and the employer. The flexibility aspect of the work from home arrangement, it takes away a huge level of stress, and was a big factor prior to the pandemic in employers looking for ways to attract more talent and to engage in parts of the labor force that were not as accessible. And that includes women who traditionally take on, some of those responsibilities of taking the kids to school and picking them up, or taking care of those at-home duties. So it definitely has a great impact and can have a great positive impact on the home life. And so I do think that for those who have had a taste of it, they can see, if they've been able to be productive, that they might come to expect that or look for opportunities like that in the future.